Here's just sort of a first look preview at the Dynamax, so the Max Battles here in Pokemon Go. This is kind of what the overworld is going to look like, and it happens right at 10 a.m., at least for this event, and that would be September 10th, of course, so this is all your local time. We're going to go ahead and take on this Dynamax Charmander right here, and you will collect the particles right when you show up, and then it shows you this. So, we can go through these screens and whatnot, hopefully a little bit quick, so if I make some cuts, just pause it and everything so that you can look, but this just teaches you really the basics of the Max Battles. It's like super simple. And so right now you have options of Pokemon that are Dynamax in these power spots. The enemy Pokemon, that you're going to be fighting and capturing eventually, they're all very weak in terms. You can win them probably by yourself, at least with one other person. I did it just with one other person, one other account right there. So it's me and my dad. But this first one, actually 4 people is what we had, because some locals joined in. Right there you saw me zoom, at least on the left screen. You could see that there is a little feature right here when you're in the lobby. You can just touch your finger down and it shows you the name. So you saw it on the right screen as well come up. And you have the ready button, so we went ahead and we hit ready. So let's make the jump cut and see everybody else get ready here as we take on this Max Charmander. And so I do think it's supposed to appear that this whole feature would be like a lot bigger, bigger and better in Dynamax and stuff. It's a little underwhelming right now, I feel like. It's okay because I think you're obviously going to want to maybe grind. Like, let's say you're looking for a Charizard, that you want to Dynamax, maybe one day Gigantamax. But the point being, you may have to grind a little bit because let's say that you fight this one and it's going to be a 2-star or something, So let's say you wanted your Hundo, and I do think they can be shiny. I saw on Pokemon Go on the Twitter account, when they do those infographics and whatnot, they had the little icon that had the shiny, So it should be shiny capable right here, and so we went ahead and we won it very easily, like I said. So don't expect too much, at least with this first go around. I think once they start putting in max bosses that are in these power spots, hopefully that are 3 tier, tier 3 I should say, or tier 4, 5, I don't know, whatever they end up calling it here for Max Battle. So there's your rewards. You can actually pay some coins to double up the rewards. I'll show you that in a second. Let's just go ahead to the catch sequence. Now this should be familiar if you've been doing the special research, and you do have to actually be at a certain point in your special research, so just advance it a little bit if you're not seeing Max Battles. Gosh, I think you have to have at least caught your first Wooloo Dynamax version or whatever, Max Wooloo you want to call it. So I think you have to be at least there. What is that, like page 2 or 3 of that special research? So here we go, Charmander. It should be pretty easy to catch. I did try to just do a Pineapple Berry and see, is this going to be like an automatic capture, sort of like a shadow or a shiny? But no, it's not automatic. You do have to at least catch it, maybe after a few balls. So we also did an appraisal so you can see just sort of what the CP is going to look like for them. And so that's all good and everything. We did, as you probably saw, we left our Pokemon there at the power spot. And so you'll get a look at what that kind of looked like on screen on the right side. But I also thought to myself I should try to see what they look like with just some evolved Pokemon, not just our base level starters or whatever. So your targets right now in the power spots are going to be the 3 Kanto starters. You got Charmander, Bulbasaur, Squirtle. You also have Wooloo, and I believe Squirtle is in there. And so here we're going to go up against a Dynamax Wooloo. And so we'll just ready up. It's just going to be us 2 right here just to demonstrate. Yeah, it's pretty easy right now. Again, a little underwhelming, but hey, it's your first foray, I guess, into Max Battle. So maybe they just wanted to introduce this very lightly and very easily for everybody. So obviously you tap, tap, tap like a normal raid battle until it gets to this point that you just saw. Once they are able to Dynamax, and that just takes the meter charging up. You see the meter at the top basically, but now that we're Dynamax, you get to this kind of turn-based, just press a button style of battle right here. And so I assume that is a point where in the future maybe it's gonna get a little bit harder, and then you all have to make sure that you Dynamax, and maybe there will be some strategy if there's actually some hard bosses. If not, then this is going to be an insanely underwhelming feature, insanely. So I often hope for things to get harder in Pokemon Go rather than get easier or whatever. But hey, that's cool. We got our Wooloo and everything. So please, if you have any questions, feel free to put them down as comments down below. It's all pretty self-explanatory right now and straightforward. But hey, if you want to see another video, please click an end screen on screen. And thanks for viewing.